Gentlemen, what's up? It's Justin Mark here with another video. Now, I haven't masturbated in 10 years, okay? And it wasn't because I was religious. It wasn't because I hate sex or something like that. I just wanted to see if I could master my discipline, okay? And this is what I learned. So, back in 2016, I went through a really tough breakup, okay? It was a really soul-crushing breakup, and I was heartbroken. And, as petty as it sounds, I told myself that if I don't jerk off, I'll probably get more chicks. And, anytime I pull a new bad bitch, it's a giant, F you to my ex or whatever. And I mean, sure, that happened. I definitely got better dating results, I guess. But there was just so much more growth than that, dude. It was just so much. First of all, my energy levels went up. Secondly, my confidence went up. But imagine the compound growth you have day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, if you do anything, focus on anything. And it was crazy because I just had more energy. I had more drive. I had more confidence. I was saving a lot of time. And in this video, I'll talk to you a little bit about how you can do it yourself, the benefits you get, and we come up with actual steps for you to even slowly start a nofap journey. So let's just jump in. So there was this subreddit on Reddit called nofap, and obviously I used to look at that stuff. It was funny because I grew up kind of religious, and I remember watching Family Guy, and there was this dog that would talk on Family Guy, and he would say that there was this clip. There was masturbation's a sin. Every Sunday I used to go to church and pray to God. I was like, God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was a sin. I didn't know touching my wiener is a sin. And so I tried quitting for years. From time I was 12, 13 till the time I was 18, 19, 20, right? And eventually I just used that pettiness of being upset over my ex-girlfriend cheating on me to kick the habit, okay? It's kind of funny in life when people hurt you or you have petty reasons to do shit. You can use that to achieve a lot of success. I found a lot of success I've achieved was to spite people. I was able to achieve a lot of success on social media because one of my friends pissed me off and fucked up my content creator strategy because we had a bunch of collab posts on Instagram. He removed them, so I just started blasting Instagram videos because my feed just looked empty. He private all the content that was on his page, and we were collab posted. And then so I just started freaking blasting content, and my shit popped off. Right? Or I had similar things in business or similar things with different adventures I had. But it's similar with that first girlfriend. She cheated. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop jerking off because, I just want to become more attractive and get more energy. Back then, dude, I used to literally believe that celibacy and quitting jerking off or whatever I literally was delusional. I thought it would give me superpowers or something like that, right? But it actually came with a lot of benefits. So the biggest one was I just had more energy. And the second one was I had more confidence. It's weird. When I would walk in a room, I would just have more confidence. I don't know why. It's almost because I believed that I had more confidence from not jerking off. I genuinely had more confidence. And a part of it was also just I just felt like the man. I just felt like the shit. Because I was thinking, well, if I don't jerk off, I'm just the man. And because I had gone so long challenging myself not jerking off, I just felt like the man. And before you knew it, that becomes true. It's kind of funny how that works, right? But, it was really just an experiment of self-discipline, okay? It really was. And that confidence kind of led me into other things. It led me into discipline with other things, such as daily meditation or fitness or meeting people, making friends, getting better grades in school back in the college days. But eventually, entrepreneurship and business, stuff like that, right? So it was really obvious to me that, if I couldn't get myself to stop touching my wee-wee, how am I ever going to live a life beyond my wildest dreams? How am I ever going to live the life I want to have? How am I ever going to be able to be disciplined and wake up early and have the success I want to have? And, I was young, I was distracted, I was undisciplined, and I knew I had to fix that. I also realized that porn was cheap stimulation and dopamine. And, again, it's been so long since I've done that stuff, but, I can't imagine how crazy it's gone, right? You got, AI freaking, media these days. You can discover all kinds of crazy things these days. And there's so much distractions. I didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to be very focused. And I wanted to have more drive. I wanted to have more edge. I wanted to stand out from every other guy. okay? It was about discipline rather than sexual repression. Like, I didn't want to, it's not that I was trying to repress myself sexually. You know, I told myself it's fine if I am intimate with a partner or with women or whatever, but I didn't want to artificially trick my brain into doing that. Now, there's a lot of studies and a lot of things that you could argue both sides, because they say that, you know, if you jerk off, it's actually good for your prostate, right? Sure, it's good for your health to have an active sex life, absolutely. But, you know, the artificial experience of doing so also causes cheap dopamine. It also causes porn addiction. It also can cause all kinds of issues, right? When you're intimate with a woman, it causes erectile dysfunction. It can cause, I've even seen guys who are in relationships that they don't want to hook up with their woman, their girlfriend, their wife, or whatever. I mean, that was my situation. I'm not surprised my girlfriend cheated on me, because I mean, this is friggin' well over a decade ago. She would come over to my house, right? We'd hang out, and I didn't want to fuck. I just wanted to play video games, and then she would leave, and I'd jerk off. You know, so it was affecting my relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a huge issue, right? It was a huge issue. And so what actually improved was, you know, it was like a dopamine detox. You know, got less instant gratification. I was more driven. I was more forward thinking. And I just started feeling that I couldn't be satisfied with sitting home playing video games. I couldn't be satisfied with this mediocre life. I just had to go get more real world success, okay? I couldn't just level up playing RuneScape and, you know, get my satisfaction in life from that anymore. I had to achieve success in real life, okay? I hope that makes sense. And I also just felt a lot more mental clarity. I felt more in control of my emotions. It was hard at first. You know, I'd wake up, you know, having wet dreams and stuff and all this weird shit and all this weird, like, early 20s bodily weird shit, right? But eventually I just had a higher libido. I had a stronger confidence when talking to people. I'd walk in rooms and run the room. I would just be more happy. I just felt like the man, you know? And I definitely became more confident when it came to meeting people, dating, my social life. I mean, anyone who's followed me over the last few years has seen, obviously, the results I got, right? I don't think it was a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake that I was able to do crazy social events with hundreds and hundreds of people. I don't think it was a mistake that I was able to develop world-class speaking skills or build an online media brand with billions of views and millions of followers, okay? It was just so powerful. It was so powerful. I also had an incredible 20s in terms of my social life. I was able to travel the whole world. Like, I literally went from this, like, lonely, socially isolated young man to traveling the world, making friends with everyone I want to be friends with, becoming friends with influencers and millionaires and all these amazing people, and having an incredible social life. And with that came a lot of beautiful dating partners over the years, amazing memories and experiences, and a lot of dating results, okay? If you know what I'm saying, you know? And I mean, you can see a lot of that stuff in the OG content vault. If you subscribe to the membership thing on my YouTube channel, you can see what I'm talking about. You can see what happened. I created thousands of pieces of YouTube videos in over 50 countries. I traveled the whole fucking world and had friggin' mind-boggling results when it came to, you know, social skills and meeting people, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? So it was wild, but, you know, the biggest thing was just like, that energy, bro, you reabsorb it into other things. And I was also studying a lot of, it was weird. I was almost studying a lot of, like, Eastern philosophy about how, like, not jerking off and celibacy and that kind of stuff, you can use that energy towards business. And so I was almost, like, delusional, where I thought that if you just don't jerk off, you'll make more money. But then that actually happened. It was almost because I started to believe it, I actually started a business. I was able to grow and scale multiple businesses and have success there. I was able to focus more on the gym and be way more consistent there as well, and just more disciplined on every level. I had more energy, so I was sleeping less hours. I was waking up better. I had a better sleep schedule. It was kind of crazy, all the weird benefits that came. Now, it was difficult at first, right? The benefits didn't come right away, okay? It took time, and it really was that delayed gratification mindset, because I knew I was going to have results right away, you know? It's not that NoFap just built my life. The discipline it gave me did, okay? And it was just a major catalyst that got me there. Does it make sense? Like, you'll have things in your life that help you. For example, like for a lot of people, it's like martial arts. Right? A lot of people, they get into martial arts and they think it's because they want to learn freaking Muay Thai or jiu-jitsu or whatever, but then you learn all these other skills. You learn confidence. You learn discipline. You learn fitness and health. And you learn all these other things that will just make you feel more on top of your shit, right? Now, there's a lot of things that people actually get wrong about NoFap, and it's not magic. It's not this like magical freaking woo-woo freaking magic spell you cast on yourself, okay? It's like it's almost funny because like I literally believed that it was like magic. Like, I literally thought like, oh man, if I can get a handle on this, I can do anything. But like it's not gonna make you rich. It's not gonna freaking give you the soul skills. It's not gonna fix your depression, but it'll help with a lot of those things. It won't automatically make women like you. You know, I used to study NoFap back in the day, and there was literally people that would say, bro, if you just stop jerking off and you just do NoFap, women will just like you. Like, people were like, they would literally think, like, girls just want to hop in bed with you if you freaking stop touching your wee-wee, right? Like, if you're still overweight, if you're still some, like, fat loser, if you're still socially awkward, if you're lazy, if you're avoiding things in your life, you know, NoFap's not going to magically freaking fix that, okay? But it's going to help you bring awareness to what you need to fix, okay, instead of avoiding it, you know? And it's crazy because that repressed energy, that repressed sexual energy can turn into frustration, and you can use that frustration to finally feel there's enough and enough and fix your shit, right? At the end of the day, there's no shortcut for putting in work. There's no shortcuts here, right? But, you know, instead of chasing the dopamine and like it's literally like a high. It's like freaking porn addiction, drinking all that stuff. It was like a high, right? I never really been too big into drugs and stuff like that, or even alcohol, right? But jerking off, it was a tough one, bro. It was a tough one, and I think for a lot of people, it is a tough one, right? Because you might feel guilty after you jerk off. Some people don't care. Some people are like, yeah, whatever, right? But for me personally, I just knew that I'm not being the version of myself I wanted to be if I cannot control that shit. So I wanted to cut out porn, and the rare exception is like, okay, if I'm with a hot girlfriend, maybe we'll like watch porn together like once a month or something. But like even then, like it's weird. It got to a point where like I couldn't even watch porn. If I want to like, if I want to watch, like if I have porn on right now, I just think it's funny. Like to me, it just comes off like comedic, right? I have friends that are like porn stars, and to me, it's like haha, this is funny, right? Versus like what real life will bring you, because once you stop jerking off, you can actually go get real, authentic experience. Maybe like you have a girlfriend, right? Maybe you'll get a girlfriend after. And now you realize that, you know, artificial pleasure in yourself, it isn't real, right? And you know, it's almost like you were living in a freaking La La Land simulation, you know? So it's pretty crazy, dude. It's pretty wild. I think for a lot of guys, porn is the real issue as well. You know, it creates like fake novelty, and it also just warps your expectations when it comes to meeting people and relationships and stuff like that. And I just don't think it's great. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think, you know, all that stuff is something you need as a man if you are trying to prove yourself. You know, sitting in a dark room alone with a computer, box of tissues next to your freaking, you know, computer, and just like watching Netflix and playing video games. And is that the life you want to live, dude? Like, don't you want to go like travel the world? Don't you want to go meet amazing people? Don't you want amazing friends? Like, don't you want friends that like you're proud of saying, yo, this is my friend? Don't you want to have like a friend who's like a jacked millionaire, or like some cool influencer guy, or like some business owner type dude, or like just some cool motherfucker, bro? Like, who's just like really skilled at certain things. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? And you got to ask yourself, those types of men, would they want to hang out with you if you're a guy who's just sitting at home watching porn, right? If you're a guy who's low ambition, like, I'll tell you this, I have a lot of very cool friends, really successful friends. And I don't think any of them are the type of guys that would want to be friends with me 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But the version I am now, the version of myself now, I'm just surrounded with super successful guys who want to be a friend, right? So it's really about the person you become along the way, because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And that's based on your standards and what you tolerate, right? If you tolerate low-level behavior, you're going to have a low-level life, right? And you're only attract low-level people around you. But if you have high-level standards, you're going to attract a higher level life, higher level people around you, and you become the average of the people you surround yourself with the most. So that's just it. You know, like, it's funny how it works, but like, I don't really know anybody that jerks off. Like, even like all my closest friends, it's not a thing. You know, oftentimes when I'm on like coaching programs, working with clients and stuff like that, the thought will occur to me. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, some of you guys jerk off. I'll have to tell them, like, okay, 30-day nofap challenge. Just try it, 30 nofap challenge. Go on Reddit, search for nofap. You know, like, learn about that stuff, change your mindset, get into a mindset or to a community of guys or people that have that, okay, that are thinking, okay, I'm going to stop touching myself, okay? And you'll just be in a better community, right? Rather than just like you sitting at home in a dark, freaking depressed room, freaking pleasuring yourself, you know? Would I recommend it? I would recommend it depending on who you are. If you're a man who is ambitious, go-getter, you want to live a better life, you want to go meet amazing people, you want to date amazing people, you want to maybe have a family one day and have kids and be a good role model, you want to start a business or become an entrepreneur, maybe you want to freaking pop off your social media, maybe you want to just develop more confidence, self-discipline, maybe you just want to be the master of all domains, just be the ultimate man. Well, that was my goal when I was younger. I just wanted to be the best version of myself. I wanted to make myself 1% better every single day. And I wanted to be the ultimate man. I wanted to look at myself and just be, no, I'm on top of my shit on every single freaking level that I possibly could be. And, you know, quitting jerking off was a huge part of it, you know? And it's been a decade now. It's been a freaking 10-year period where I don't even think about it now. You know, after 10 years, I don't think about jerking off. You know, I don't think about it. I don't wake up in the middle of the night, touch myself. You know what I mean? If I feel those urges, I redirect the energy. I go have a really intense work on the gym, or I work on new projects, or I go meet some new people and build social relationships, or maybe even romantic relationships. But, you know, going back to low habits is just not an option, okay? It's just not a thing, right? Now, I definitely recommend it if you're trying to do a dopamine detox, or if you're men who are already disciplined and sexually active. You can give it a try, but it's not necessary. But if you're someone who is just completely fried and your habits are fucked, you can't control yourself with whatever it is. Maybe you're like addicted to freaking social media, you're addicted to video games, you're addicted to smoking weed, then yeah, absolutely try it. This is one thing that will definitely help you. Because when you get a handle on one thing, you can move on to other things, right? Like first quit out, first I had quit freaking jerking off, then I quit drinking. Right? I think it's first I quit drinking, then I quit jerking off, right? It's like different things, right? And that gives you confidence. When you have success in one thing, it gives you confidence to do other things. But then you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna be in the gym. Maybe then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start a new business or a new venture or a new job. You know what I'm saying? And so it gives you confidence to achieve success in other areas of your life. So yeah, I highly recommend, guys. I highly recommend. You know, if you're stuck in comfort loops, if you're stuck with low motivation especially, it'll help a lot. Like you'll be shocked how much it'll help you. Especially if you're socially anxious. That was a big thing I always struggled with, was social anxiety and depression. I always struggled with social anxiety and depression. And I'm not gonna lie, not jerking off could make your depression worse. But it'll definitely help with social anxiety, that's for sure, right? And if you're consuming tons of porn, it'll definitely get rid of that too, right? And if you're a man who wants to test your self-control and just get better at self-control, then absolutely, quitting jerking off. Oh man, there's coffee everywhere, guys. I gotta slow down the coffee. I love this shit though. You know, it's just really about discipline, okay? I want you to understand that. It's about self-mastery. It's about whether or not you can control yourself. You know, you gotta ask yourself, can you control yourself? Or am I a man who can control myself? And if you think that you can, try it for 30 days. Try quitting for 30 days and see how you feel. And then realize, you know, it's gonna be a hard journey. It's gonna be a tough journey, okay? And there's guys out there at a really high level who don't jerk off, right? Because they're too busy. They're freaking like CEOs running companies and shit. They're incredibly successful people who are just crushing it. And if you can't control your impulses in private, you won't control your life in public. I just want you to understand that. You won't be able to control your life. You will lose control, right? So I just want you to understand that. I'll leave you with that, guys. Love you guys. I'm always here if you need anything. We're going to talk more about personal development, self-help, different ways you can master yourself. I really believe success in life comes down to mastering who you are in life, guys. And it's really important. I've been teaching this stuff and talking about it for over a decade now on YouTube. And, you know, I'll plug the members-only content as well, because I've taught that stuff and it's all behind a $20 a month paywall. You can see thousands of videos where we're talking about stuff like this, but we even talk about more advanced concepts, and we also talk about actual things you can do. My stuff behind the members only community, the OG, that's in the OG vault. It's powerful shit, super powerful stuff. And you can actually see in-field examples, all kinds of collabs and in-field vlogs, all kinds of cool shit. Join that community. It's a private community here on YouTube, and I want you part of it. And that way we can connect on social media. I'll even get a call with you. Anyone who's part of that gets a free call with me. So join it. We'll get on a call. Let's chat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Justin Mark. Love you guys. We'll talk very soon, okay?